if I can break it. Broke it. Okay, so working on a fireplace here for an old client that I've done a bunch of different tile work for. I did a bathroom for him and also a kitchen backsplash. But back here doing this very complicated fireplace, or it's a gas insert actually. So let me show you what's going on. So we got this stacked stone that we're going to be installing all up and down this fireplace here. We're going to be wrapping the corners. He's going to have a large porcelain panel tile on top of this counter, and there's going to be another cabinet here. He's got all this lighting underneath. We have an access panel under here for the gas. It's got like the gas. So this is all ready to go over here. So we just got to put the cabinet back. He already got the cabinet back on here. We have stone underneath as well. I don't know if you can see that. We have the stone under there. So that's all set to go. And I got the bottom row down over here. So now up here in these niches, we're going to have the same porcelain panel tile going up and down the sides, the bottom and the top, and the stacked stone is going to go in the back of the niche. And the stacked stone is also going to wrap around over here. We have to get this tile on the cabinets before we can wrap this around here. And then we're going to also have little pieces of stone wrapped around these corners and going all the way around this gas insert. So unfortunately we started this, but the tiles for the porcelain panel tiles that we got here are actually, they're supposed to be 48, but they only came in 46.5. So we have to source new material for that. So right now, until we get that, I'm kind of at a standstill. Can't really do anything. Okay, so I have to pack up and I'll come back once we have the large tiles for the top of the counters that we can install. So until then, this thing is at a standstill. So this is the actual tile that we were supposed to be using. It's supposed to be 48. It was sold as a 2 foot by 48 inch tile, but it's actually only 46 by 23. So always measure the tile to make sure the dimensions are correct, because it's only 46, it's an inch and a half short, not going to work. So we have to get new material. So make sure you measure the actual dimensions of the tile, because any tile that you get, they say it's 2 by 4, 2 feet by 4 feet, or 12 by 24, or 12 inches. Those are nominal sizes. So a 24 inch by 48 inch could actually be 46.5 by 23, like this one here. And the 12 by 24 is hardly ever exactly 12 by 24. It's usually like 23.5 by 11 3/4 or something like that. So make sure you measure the tile if you have critical dimensions that you have to meet. Okay, so this is we've got a piece of marble here that is actually bigger than the other piece that we had that was too short. This one's actually 48 inches, but we're still going to have to add in a piece over here, but it will be less conspicuous than if you were cutting porcelain tile. So we polish this edge here, right here, and then we're going to add a piece underneath. I didn't think mitering this was going to work very well. In fact, the blade kind of really made this rough. I changed the blade to a better blade. Maybe that'll work better. So we got this one cut here, and then we're gonna cut this one here, and then we're gonna put the piece underneath here. So let's get to doing that. Okay, so we're gonna polish this edge here, and we're just got an angle grinder and dry polishing pads. You can also use these wet. So we're gonna polish this edge here, and you go through 80. It goes 80, 120, 240, 320, blah, blah, up to 600. So we're gonna go one at a time to give this a nice, good shine on this edge here. So let me get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the 80, and I'm just gonna get all the saw marks off. And this edge is very rough, so I'm just gonna smooth that edge out, and I'm gonna polish this edge here. So let's get going. So this is marble, so you should probably wear a mask so that you don't breathe the silica. So anyway, let me get back here. So now, even with just the 80, this edge is nice and cleaned up and it's very smooth. It's not polished, but it's smooth. So now we're going to go to the 120. You can use these wet if you want to reduce the dust. Okay, so no point doing the same thing over and over. So I got the 80, got the 120, I'm gonna go all the way through 600, and then we'll show you the results. Okay, so that edge is polished. It's hard to see in the camera, but that is a polished edge. Now we're gonna cut it. Okay, so we're gonna measure this and cut it. I'm actually gonna measure it. I'm gonna draw a line, and then I'm gonna check the blade hits on both ends of the line, and then cut it. So we change 18. we got this one cut. We'll cut this one now. Okay, so we cut this piece here. It goes in here. And then we're just going to butt that tight. Like that. And this line will practically disappear. And we have to do what we got to do. We're going to be cutting this side as well. And then we're going to cement it in. Okay, so I'm going to get these pieces on right now. We've got a pretty aggressive trowel here. I think that's actually more than a ½ inch deep, but that's what we're going to use. I'm going to put this, it's not going to move right. No. Put this here. And I need the back part of this. This is marble, so it will scratch very easily. So I put down some paper here to protect it. Also, you always use white thin set with marble. Even if it's a dark colored marble, you use white thin set. Trowel over here. I'm just going to back butter this one. I'm going all the same way. You always go straight line. Hold the trowel at a consistent angle. You want to go the short way whenever possible. Oh, I'm using a lot of things. I thought I mixed too much. Grabo here makes life a whole lot easier. I'm trying to collapse the ridges so it gets full coverage. There's no pulling this up now. this, I'm going to give it a back butter. I'm also going to leave some tin set on there, because when you press these down, they tend to go below the surface. So a little extra tin set's going to help keep it level. So, let's see for a second. It's straight. It's a polished edge. See, if I push that down with my fingers, it's not going to go straight. So I'm just holding this flat on here, so that when I push it on here, I'm just pushing, keeping it in plane. I think that's it. So doing the same thing here. I'm not coming all the way to the edge because we're going to have a piece of stone on the bottom of that. So. That's good. I'll take it up. That's better. I think that's as good as we're going to get. Okay, so we got both tops on. Now I am going to cut this piece that goes under here, and we're going to put it, because it's more than 48 inches, we are going to put a seam in the middle, and that's the only thing we can do. So I'm going to go cut these, and then we're going to stick them on. Okay, so we cut these two pieces that go under here. It would have been nice to have one long piece, but don't have it. So this goes like that. This goes like that. And then this stone is going to wrap around. It's going to come around here and then wrap around there like that. So this whole corner is going to be wrapped with this stone all the way around. So this edge is going to be covered, and this is all going to be covered. In the back there, we're going to put a piece of this stone, not very high, all the way around. But that's the plan. So I'm going to get these on. Evaporate them, hopefully. So this one here I already stoned to smooth out the edges. So these two edges are being, slightly smoothed off. I mean, it looks like it hit a little bit more. Let's hit these a little bit more. So this is, actually, why don't we do this? Let's do this at the top and this at the bottom. So, see if I can. You gotta be very careful. Because this will break in your hand very easily. Just at the top. What I do there. And let me smooth this one off too. So just to get that rough edge off it. Okay, so get them on. See if I can break it now. Yeah, a little bit too much, but the thing is, you don't put enough. So, this is why. I can get it off. No, that's all. And we'll put less thin under there. It's to be expected. When you this was porcelain, yep. It wouldn't have happened. Let's see. Yeah, I think we got it this time. Don't make it sound. I don't want to cut this one again. So, there's a little piece here. The problem is you put too much, you can't get it down. You put enough, and then you can't pull it. You don't put enough, you can't pull it off. Yeah, got it perfect the first time. Okay, so we got that piece on, and now we're gonna do this one over here.